Awesome. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay? Great. I'm really super excited, so if I talk fast, just let me know. It's just because I'm excited about cryptocurrency and mass adoption, and also the size of this meetup. Oh my goodness, last year it was like 15 people. So this is very encouraging, and I guess also to Vlad's chart of things turning upward. What I want to talk about today is a lot less technical. I won't deep dive into a lot of stuff. It's more food for thought for everyone. As we're here, I've seen a lot of investors that are in the crowd, a lot of people that have been investing for a long time. Who here is a developer? A lot of developers, great. Entrepreneurs? Few entrepreneurs. Of the entrepreneurs, are you guys taking cryptocurrency for revenue? Are you accepting, anybody accepting it in their business? Excellent, that's really great. So I want to talk about that as well, and really talk about what the challenges are, but end it with the opportunities, because there's a lot of opportunities here as the space grows and grows to create this mass adoption. It's not going to be terribly soon. Who thinks we'll see some mass adoption next year? More people, more people. 1 billion people. 1 billion people have cryptocurrency. Let's say that, 1 billion people. Does anybody's mom have Bitcoin or one of those? Good for you for getting your mom into it. I'm trying to get my dad still. That's what I mean by mass adoption. When your mom has Bitcoin, that's pretty much it. That's the goal. So let's get into it. Who am I? My name is Mariza Monteiro. I'm the founder of a new site called Chino's Crypto. About me, I've spent 10 years in the US in finance and in the investment industry. That's my background. I have an MBA. I left the corporate world about 6 years ago and retired from that to Brazil and was based there for several years doing international business consulting. So you've heard of international business consultants, right? It's just basically whatever project comes my way that pays enough, then I do that. Investments, immigration, I do startup sales strategy, now based in Berlin. But what is really getting me up in the morning, I've been sitting on the sidelines for blockchain and cryptocurrency, quietly watching for the last couple of years. But now I'm trying to empower people and humanity to embrace a new monetary system. I think this is a big hope thing. It's not a niche thing for us, for people that are in the know or the technologically advanced folks. It's for everybody, so I want to talk about that. Mass adoptions, why do we care? Does anybody think mass adoption is important for cryptocurrency, right? Awesome. What is good about it? What makes it beneficial to the blockchain? People will use it, right? We want people to use it, not just us. We'll get to that with some of the challenges. You're already on number 2 about the price volatility. So a lot of those present a lot of challenges. There are a variety of those. I'm going to talk about the ones that are top of my mind in particular. If you go and Google challenges, there's a lot of different ones in relation to the technical aspect of the blockchain, of cryptocurrency, of decentralization. The list goes on and on for hundreds of pages. So I want to talk about the ones that are top of my mind in particular and really start a discussion beyond today. So after the meetup and as you're thinking about your own business and your own personal life and your investments and how you think about money. And then hopefully give some folks some ideas of new opportunities in this space as well. So reasons for mass adoption. One of the things I really like about cryptocurrency and the blockchain in general is the ease of transfer. It's fast, it doesn't really cost very much, bureaucracy, borderless. That's absolutely amazing. I think cryptocurrency should be as easy as doing this. Done, transfer done. That's what we should try to get to, that it's simple and easy and maybe not with a piece of paper. That would be the only different thing. The other part that excites me is taxation and regulation. The governments that issue fiat currency have a lot of regulation that really limits what we can do. So decentralization and the control that there is with taxation and regulation is something that we can be really free for and really liberating when it comes to cryptocurrency mass adoption. So, and that's a big question that we hear a lot with a lot of the lawyers in different governments. Is this outside of their sphere of control? Should it be taxed? Does it have a value? Does it have a fiat value? This is a big space and another opportunity as well. So the top 2 challenges categories I'd like to talk about is trust and confidence and the perception of cryptocurrency. Even the word is crypto. It sounds cryptic. It sounds confusing. So that's very important and relates to education. So some of the challenges with trust and confidence is the price volatility. You mentioned the price going up and down. We're really liking that upside right now. We've seen a lot of dips. And what is really causing that at this point? What's the main reason for the price volatility? Anybody? Regulation, that's, FOMO. FOMO, yeah, go ahead. Speculation. The price volatility is scary for a lot of people. If I show my dad the Bitcoin chart, it's very, very scary. Even the Ether chart. One bad press and a hack and it drops down. That's very scary. So that's going to hurt trust and confidence. And that relates a lot to investments and speculation. A lot of people think they're going to come in at the bottom either with Bitcoin or at this point no, even if it gets to 10,000, but an ICO, put their money in and take it out. Those swaps quickly really, really hurt the price volatility and really hurt overall trust and confidence for the masses. Bad press. People are still talking about Silk Road, which is kind of sad. And that's what is, top of mind, what hits the Wall Street Journal, what hits New York Times and all of the global news at BBC is different kinds of scams. Remember the Bitcoin ATMs, all of those things. That drama that there is in cryptocurrency, that's what makes the news. So a way to level that out. I wrote fear. Actually, regulation. It's still pretty much the wild, wild west for cryptocurrencies in general. And there's a lot of skepticism about how it's going to be regulated, how the US is going to regulate it. They keep changing their minds, whether it has a value, if it should be taxed. Even the tax category varies from country to country. Is it intangible property? Is it revenue? Is it, nobody knows. So because nobody knows, and they're still trying to form a consensus, people are afraid. People are afraid to take this income in their business. Do they take it off their balance sheet? Do they take it in on their balance sheet? So that the regulation and for fear of being outside of regulation and being penalized for that is scaring a lot of people. Competing altcoins, and I say competing because I'm thinking when people think about cryptocurrency, they don't think cryptocurrency. The majority of folks beyond this room think Bitcoin. That's the one that they really, really recognize. You say Ether and they think you're putting them to sleep or something like that. So competing altcoins, so what is the real cryptocurrency? In a lot of people's mind, there should be one, but we've got a lot of different fiat currencies because we have a lot of different countries. So how do we differentiate in people's minds, why is there altcoins? Which one is the better one? Which is the more trustworthy one? So that's confusing. Another piece is also a very hot topic right now is ICOs, and also doesn't have a lot of regulation. What's going on with ICOs? Are they penny stocks? Are they scams? What's backing them? Are they going to be their own tokens? Are we going to exchange them? Are they going to have value in the future? Are the ones that are doing ICOs, are they going to deliver code in the next 5 years? There's a lot of skepticism around that as well, which is creating uncertainty. Security. When I talk to people about how to purchase a wallet and tell them about private keys versus the wallet address versus all the different numbers. They want to know if they lose their key, can they present an ID somewhere to claim their wallet? And that's a security that people have. I lose a number, what am I supposed to do? Tattoo it inside my leg? People don't know, and it's very scary. So changing that mentality as well in regards to security. And then also, the hacking is a concern for folks. That stuff makes the news. Who do I go? Should we have it insured? Who's going to insure it? The government, if my wallet's stolen? All of this is really, really confusing. The next one is perception. So is this crypto stuff money? Who thinks cryptocurrency is money? Most people? Kind of, sort of? Yeah, even in this room, we're not really sure. Is it money? That's a perception thing. What do we call it? And then in general, the UX of most of it kind of sucks. I've been on exchanges trying to change dollars or euros and losing it in Bitcash or putting a margin trade by accident or whatever. The UX is not good. So what defines money? Money is primarily a medium of exchange or means of exchange. So what I just did with this guy, he just got $2. And a way for people to trade what they have for what they want. Note, a prerequisite is not government issued or regulated, but basically just a means of exchange, so it satisfies that. When I talk to people about cryptocurrency and they ask me if it's money, this is what I tell them. You can call it money if you want, but it means you're going to have to change the way that you think about money. People have been raised culturally, socioeconomically, whatever it is, to think a certain way about money, to think it's a paper thing, to think it's something that they can divide into coins. I mean, it's called Bitcoin. Can you divide 0.000 actually into a coin? People picture that. And if you're going to buy $3 worth of Bitcoins, they can't even imagine how many decimal places that goes out to. So instead of thinking of it as a fiat exchange, another way to think about it, what is Bitcoin now? Is it going to be $5,000 this month? What's Ether? Almost 400 now. What's the new gold standard in terms of cryptocurrency? We keep pegging it to the fiat currency. Is there another way to think about it? I was just talking to Vlad. People here in Bulgaria, when they think of levs and they're using their levs, they're not thinking how many dollars they have. They're thinking, can I buy potatoes with this? Can I use this at the restaurant? People aren't thinking of cryptocurrency that way. It's always what it is in fiat currency. So ideally, money has three characteristics. It acts as a medium of exchange, as we talked about. It's an economic good. And it's a means of economic calculation. So as an economic good, you can take it and get something else with it. As a means of economic calculation, we see that in crypto economics. That's the basis of mining. So it's definitely that as well. Cryptos satisfy all of this criteria. Can we substitute this for fiat currency? Who thinks that we will one day substitute cryptocurrency for fiat? A couple of folks, not a lot. Oh, that hurts a little bit. Not a lot. We can dream, right? Well, how I like to think of it, and when I try to explain it to people now, what can we exchange as an economic good with cryptocurrency? We can do it between each other. A lot of us have wallets. So if I want to buy somebody's laptop today, I can send them money on their Bitcoin wallet. Could you do it for your apartment? Yeah, your landlord could open up a wallet. You could do that. Can you do it at the restaurant? Some of them. Here you can. In Berlin, you can as well. So restaurants, how far do we have to go? Think about your daily expenses. Where could we, use our cryptocurrency? Probably not to pay the fee for your driver's license or your passport. That's where it starts, or your light bill, necessarily. Those types of institutions. But we can think of having basically two sources of income, one that's fiat and one that's cryptocurrency, and start thinking about our value in that way. So back again to perception, the thing that really annoys me at this point is the user experience. Again, it's bad, it's really bad. So I grabbed this from a Coinbase article. Real people haven't joined the speculative gamble or fun of Bitcoin because we in the industry have violated one of the most basic user experiences principles. Don't make me think. You have to be really paying attention when you're trading something on an exchange, or you're looking up your wallet, or guarding your key. It's very, very hard, and I've made mistakes so many times, luckily with not too much money, but it's very, very difficult, and that scares people. So we need to have some type of platform, and a lot are in development, but they're still not there yet. They're still really in the weeds. Okay, so the last part, that's all of the challenges that are top of my mind, and I'm happy to hear at the end, some of the challenges that you guys think are out there as well, as far as mass adoption. So the opportunity has become a part of the solution. There's lots of entrepreneurs in here, developers, people that are enthusiasts, lots of ideas to be had, and lots of ways to make things better to kind of spread the love, as I said before. I'll go back to a couple of the challenges that I talked about before as far as price volatility. I think you guys have heard this acronym, this HOLD acronym, hold on for dear life. People ask me all the time, should I buy Bitcoin? Should I buy Ether? Which one's the good one? I said, when do you want it back? If you're looking to do this for a month, probably not. You're gonna get scared. So that will also help the price volatility. And then apps like Prism. The Shapeshift guy is, Eric Voorhees, is putting out Prism. Has anybody used Prism? Prism is a asset allocation model that helps rebalance your portfolio into different types of cryptocurrencies using Shapeshifter. And Shapeshifter, I think some of you have used that before to exchange between currencies. It's very cheap. Regulation. This is a really scary one. People don't want to touch this. And I put anti-lawyers. The lawyers have gone to school a long time to do what they do, and they want to see regulation. That's what they get excited about. But other voices out there, you don't have to be a lawyer to have an opinion about regulation, and to create models and standardization around how we should treat different parts of cryptocurrency. Competing altcoins, a way to improve valuation. When we talk about blockchain and cryptocurrency technology and how to improve it and how to scale it, we're not talking as much about valuation. What's the new gold standard? How are we going to peg the value to it? Is it always going to be the dollar? What if the dollar drops out? What's that going to do to Bitcoin? So trying to think about different ways we can be more creative about valuation. ICOs are ever more popular, and there's going to be a ton this year. We'll see where it goes next year. But this is an opportunity for standardization with white papers and some type of peer review, some type of council, some type of organization. There's some that are starting right now, but definitely a great thing to get involved in. The scams, the bad press, credibility and reputation apps. How do we create a better reputation for all of us between exchanges on an individual level and then also for these exchanges themselves? I use cex.io. Their Zendesk has been down for 2 months. That's completely unacceptable. So trying to get some credibility and reputation there. And if you're doing good things in this space, publish it. Go on Medium, talk about it. Talk about what the hopes and dreams are for blockchain and cryptocurrency. Security. I talked a little bit about private keys, but also testing. We had, the hack with Ethereum a couple of months ago, just because they, ship too fast. What's a better model for testing? That's definitely a great opportunity for developers. A lot of developers come from a web background. Blockchain's different. It's more, an enterprise type of system where it should be tested because we can't go back. So that's a very good space. And then again, perception goes back to education. How we talk about this. If we can't agree it's all money, even in this room, or what the thing is, it's going to be very hard to do some education. So keep that conversation going, and then also educating people as well, and of course, the UX. So my opportunities, what I'm doing in this space, I'm launching a new site called She Knows Crypto that's going to be purely educational. So for your mom and your dad and your everyday people that keep hearing this Bitcoin thing and what is it, they want to know the risks. I'll be putting up some educational free resources there and writing there. As well as helping with ICOs, some best practices and consulting on white papers and creating business plans for a lot of these companies that think, this is the best way to raise money. Let's get 25 million. How do we do that? How do we put some legs behind it? So I want to try to help there. And the perception I already mentioned, how to open a wallet, how to really receive income and send payments. I'm in the location-independent entrepreneur space for people that travel and work online. We should all be using this, and a very, very small percentage of those people are actually doing that. And then not just investing and speculation. And then the last thing I'm working on is easycrypto.io, which is an app with better UX that you can send Bitcoin to your mom on. So that's it, that's me. Mariza Monteiro, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. That's my email address. And where to find me, I'm, again, location independent, but I'm currently based in Berlin. Thanks very much.